everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I know that most people would rather sit home and eat nails than listen to poems. I would like to thank Cristiano di Florentiis and Maurizio Magnifico for having me. I would like to thank Eleonora for that beautiful introduction. And I'd like to especially thank Fellini, who was a great inspiration for me. My first Master of Arts was in film, cinema studies at the University of Toronto. I came out of specializing in Italian film and Italian theater. And I came out of, graduated in 1994 saying to myself, well, where are all the film history jobs? And I decided to do something more lucrative and sensible, so I became a poet. So I'm going to start, first of all, with, I had 1 week to write 6 poems about Fellini. This is the result. The first one is called The Event. The town has been struck with a case of Fellini. Women in feathers, in fountains, on phones, in pasties, on ponies, with warm golden trumpets, sinister, innocent, ripe to their bones. The fascists are crowding the parks with the oxen, which paw at the hems of the socialites' gowns. You can't get a taxi for love or for money. The lot have been taken by bishops and clowns. My mother's been compromised by Casanova. The man that I love is ascended a tree and is screaming for women, a nuke or Anita, or anyone more European than me. A pimp by a river has taken my purse. My husband insists that we visit the Pope. The neighborhood nympho won't budge from my window. It's all gone to hell, and will stay there, I hope. The Dolce Vita I saw when I was 16 years old, and back then I was a goth in high school, and I would just sit and rewind to the parts with Barbara Steele as Gloria. You remember Barbara Steele? Anyways, La Dolce Vita. In writing these poems, I didn't really know what to do or how to approach the topic of a director I love so much. So I thought to myself, what would I do if I were describing these films for TV Guide? I don't think I'm ever going to get a job at TV Guide. La Dolce Vita. The Christ that I know is a statue en route to the Pope. The woman I live with has circled my neck with a rope. Her love comes to me on a ripple of promise and pills. From here to the end of the week is its own 7 hills. And hope is an heiress spread out on a hooker's divan. And time stretches out like a hand to the wrong drowning man. Love, love, and love are the words from an actress's mouth. And how do I show her the way that we love in the South? I tell her my home is in her as the fountain roars on. She tosses her terrible Valkyrie head and is gone. To her, I'm a joke with the requisite teeth and the tan. And time stretches out like a hand to the wrong drowning man. The Virgin is sighted, the cameras flash like the sun. But what does it mean when the best of all men are undone? My friend on a quest for the truth in the tract and the song takes off on eternal sabbatical. Maybe it's wrong, but most of his cosmic supporters say, run while you can. And time stretches out like a hand to the wrong drowning man. The angels are trumpeting sadly amongst the balloons. They dish up risotto at tables that border the dunes. They hold up their hands in a tenderness tinged with regret. But I will stay close to my worst and the beast in my net, as making it out of this place is not part of the plan, and time stretches out like a hand to the wrong drowning man. Satyricon. In old Rome, as Fellini explains, the men were all oversexed apes who lusted for under-edged swains in miniature loincloths and capes. A woman was panned for her brains, and poets were pelted with grapes. 8,5, 8.5. Maya, let's entertain these bores. We'll make a movie, easier than falling off a health spa bench. It is my calling. Phone that rocket builder friend of yours. Now I'm awake. The meaning is so clear. I have no guilt about my 1,000 flings, my parents lost. I have regained my wings. I soar upon the engines of my fear. Yes, this is a tribute to my life. No, there is no patent Marxist theme. Yes, I saw you sitting in the steam. No, I will not cast your teenage wife. Who knows about the waters of this source? Who wants to come and dance before my whip? Who dares to give the cardinal the slip? Who cares about your Mexican divorce? So joyfully, I let the critics down, and this is how I honor you tonight. I let my loved ones dance aloft in white, as perfect as the Holy Mother's crown. La Strada. For sale with Lori, strongman, 6'1", monobrowed, broad-shouldered, smoker, white. Village fierce, unrivaled in a fight. Net weight last pulled with chain and teeth, 1 ton. Anger management is recommended, bad with pets and acrobats, alone. When clean and sober, stoic as a stone, known to have been loved, but not befriended. Good for drawing crowds, present with drum. Use groom with greatest flattery and guile. Use caution when approaching iron bars. But most of all, when recollections come, refrain from trumpets and a certain smile. Above all else, protect from beach and stars. And the last one is Lo Cieco Bianco. The wonderful character of the husband, Ivan Cavelli, who's sort of this bumbling husband who always seems to be sweating. His wife has taken off with the star of the photo comics, and he's trying to explain to his bigwig uncle at the Vatican where she is. Of course, he's making it all up, and they say, "But Ivan, you're such a fine poet. What was that poem that you wrote for her? It was an ode." "No, sonetto, sonetto. Isn't that the one that begins, Le graziosa dolce piccolina," which translates as, "She is graceful, sweet, and teeny." So I start with that. And it's a Petrarchan sonnet. Wanda, she is graceful, sweet, and teeny. Problem is, she's missing. In a boat somewhere without her matron's camel coat, she wriggles from the kisses of a genie. Nando, crimson-lipped and double-chinned, a rippling wave of chest hair sequins gold. But after vicious wives and biting cold, she makes it home, a butterfly repinned. Her husband, Ivan, saucer-eyed protector, having wrestled porters, cops, and whores, reclaims his Wanda, graceful, sweet, and teeny. Thank God these youngsters had the right director. The id directed through the backroom door. Thank God it didn't go to Pasolini. Everybody, thank you so, so much. Buona notte. Viva Fellini!